that, I'm going to give a brief opening statement. I want to thank the Secretary for being here today. We're holding this hearing to do some oversight on the implementation of the Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act. And I appreciate you being here today to tell us about the progress. This may be a long day, and I appreciate the fact that you're going to make time available in the hope that all members who have questions will have an opportunity. So we're going to move along quickly, and we're going to strictly observe time limits so that we can move through this with as many members participating as possible. I really appreciate the fact that the IIJA money is getting out the door at a record pace. I mean, this is something that I've been looking forward to and working on since Obama was president, when I passed a bill out of subcommittee to increase spending by $350 billion, which at that time seemed like a phenomenal amount. And obviously, this one is $660 billion. Finally, after 12 years, we've got that. And, this is larger than anything else the department has ever had to deal with before. And as I understand it, you've, so far apportioned $75 billion in highway, transit, and airport formula funds, issued notices of funding opportunity for tens of billions more through 22 competitive grant programs. This is absolutely unprecedented in terms of the investments we're making and the pace at which we're putting this money out. The stakes are high. We want to get this money out. Inflation is eating into what we're going to be able to build, and the more quickly we can commit the funds, the more we will get done. And I expect that we'll hear some criticism from my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. But, sadly, almost none of them here today or in this committee voted for this legislation, which was amazing to me at the time of passage. I know Donald Trump didn't like it because he couldn't do it. And this actually got done. But it is a record amount of long overdue investment. And we aren't just, as I said before, I'm pleased we're not just trying to do Eisenhower 8.0. At the same time, you're looking at, you have guidance on Fix It First, something that was stripped out by the Senate. The 10 members of the Senate, 10 Republicans and 2 Democrats, none of whom have a major role on any of the 3 committees of jurisdiction in the Senate who wrote this bill. They used our template in terms of money and more routine things, but they bristled at the idea that we would deal meaningfully with climate change and look at alternatives to just an infinite amount of highway building, which will not solve our problems. As we all know, there's something called induced demand. And, I talked a lot about the Virginia Railway as opposed to expanding 95 South, and I was hoping that, and I'm hoping states will replicate that around the country, where we can reduce carbon pollution, move people more efficiently, and look toward a 21st century system in this country. I appreciate the fact that you're encouraging the states. You're not mandating or penalizing them. You're not taking away decision-making authority, but we're just asking them, and I've spoken to the Association of State Highway Officials about this. Just take a look at this. Fix it first. Do the critical maintenance we need to do, and then secondly, look at, when you're having a congestion problem, look and see what is the best solution. Is it, attempt to build more highway miles, or is there a way to move the people more efficiently? I also appreciate the fact that, we're going to, I'll be sending you a letter soon to, support your efforts to require measurement and reduction of greenhouse gases. Transportation is our single largest source of carbon pollution, and we do need to address that. So with that said, I would now yield to the ranking member.